Hey, Patreon family, how are you? It's Camara. First of all, I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me here. Slowly starting to get the word out about this Patreon. And if you have people who are really into readings, who really want to join a tarot mystical group, I hope that you will spread the word. I'm filming this in late August, and I want to let you know that we will be having our first live for the visionary tier August 29th, where we're going to invite everyone to bring their deck, their oracle decks or their tarot decks, and we'll collectively get into the energies of September or the current energies of now, like whatever questions come up. We're going to spend like a good hour and a half just vibing and connecting together live on Zoom. So look out for that information. I'm going to send it to your emails. And if you aren't on the visionary tier, this might be a good opportunity for you to join us there, because these live twice a month get gatherings are meant to be just community places to connect and to tap into our own wisdom. So I hope you join me there. So this pick a card is about connecting with your spirit team. And we all have our own spirit team, but then some of us, we share spirit family, like just energetic family. And oftentimes this is a good pick a card because we get to kind of just tap into the spirit team that we're currently connected with right now. So we have three choices. Group number one is the air guardian. That's group number one. So if you're drawn to group number one, that would be the air guardian. Group number two is the magic guardian. Group number two, the magic guardian. And then group number three is the direction guardian. Direction guardian. So take a moment and focus on what guardian attracts you. And I'll put the timestamps in the description, and let's go from there. Starting with group number one. Hi, group number one. So you got the air guardian. And this whole entire reading is about connecting with your spirit team. What we're going to do is we're going to ask, who is your spirit team? We're going to get a message from your spirit team. Then we're going to kind of dive into the tarot to ask your spirit team what it is they currently want for you to hear, especially in a perspective that you may not be quite connected to just yet. And then the other question is, how do they want for you to improve your relationship with them? And then there's going to be like a closing message. So it's kind of just how it's organized. I kind of free flow in and out of that, but that's the general organization of this reading. So the air guardian, at the bottom here, it says shift your perception. This is the Angels and Ancestors deck, if you're wondering, group number one. So the air guardian, there's a couple of descriptions here that this spirit team has to do with, they connect a lot with you intellectually and intuitively. The air guardian tends to, your spirit team tends to want to kind of send you downloads from time to time. They're kind of download oriented, or they're going to like kind of synchronistically connect with you through other people's words, maybe a song that you hear, maybe something that you just kind of read in passing. That's how your spirit guides, this spirit team likes to communicate with you. They also tend to be air oriented. So sometimes you're going to see them as symbolized by a bird or something that flies. So oftentimes that's what they're telling me, that you will see a bird that you like. And if you want to go and research that particular bird, whether it's an owl or an eagle or a hawk, or they're saying that that's kind of how they show up to you. I'm getting that some of you see red tail hawks all the time, and that's part of your spirit team. So they do take that form of birds, things that can fly, they said. Sometimes they are mystical in that way too, like flying. They're saying part human, part bird is also one of their symbols. I think there's a Egyptian symbol that's part human, part bird. So you might want to look that up. I can't remember the name right now, but they're saying that all of those symbols are kind of part of the way that they show up archetypally, for you. And the way that they like to communicate with you is through your thoughts. Sometimes you will hear them, sometimes you will intuit them. So let's see what the message is that we're getting from your particular spirit team, group number 1. What message do you have for group number 1? Yeah, they kind of are telling me that they have a bit of a clairaudient relationship with you. Sometimes you just think it's your own thoughts, but they said that you can practice knowing the difference of their voice between your own. If you wanted to, you could practice that. You got a few cards in terms of a message from them. One is that you're heading into a lot of transformation at this time, and they want you to trust that transformation. They want you to trust what's happening, what's shifting in your life. They're telling me right now that there might be some things that you've really wanted to hold on to that you just no longer need, they're saying. Some of it will be sentimental. Maybe some of these are old relationships that you thought would stand the test of time. And they're saying, don't be caught up in that. They say that you are sitting on the throne of transformation right now. That means that it's major things are shifting for you, your attitudes about things, your worldview about things, and they want you to know that that's okay. There might be a little fallout from that, but it doesn't mean that your life is falling apart, not by any means. The second card you have here is the ever unfolding rose. And what it says at the bottom here is cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. And so there you go again with that confirmation, group number 1, that this transformation that's happening, it's all in service of you. Some of you, they're saying, might lose something like a job, something that feels like it's been an anchor in your life. You're going to see those things kind of uproot and shift. The last card that you got here is Irama. Where are you being called to journey to? Wow, group number 1. Irama. Now, I haven't looked into the definition of this place in particularly, but it feels like a sacred land. It feels like I saw a posting the other day about all these sacred lands that have been intentionally flooded over the years. And because of the changing earth climate, that a lot of those sunken sacred cities and lands are now reemerging because of drought. And there's something here in that for you, group number 1, that you are on a sacred journey. They're letting me know that you are being led to different places. If you're going to receive an invitation to take a journey of some sort, this could be a literal journey like traveling, or a symbolic one, or one that has to do with plant medicine. You're being guided to take a journey that's going to heavily influence how you shift and change in the next few months, group number 1. So, wow, that's the initial message they have for you. So now let's go to something that they really want for you to hear. And it could be around that journey, but we're going to do it with the tarot cards here. What is it that group number 1, what do you want them to hear? maybe things that you haven't really quite been receptive to in the past. We got one card that came out. I haven't flipped it over and open just yet. Let's see. Yeah, you're at the end of a cycle, group number one. And they're showing me that the cycle, for some of you, it's felt very difficult, very challenging. Maybe relationships that you thought were going to be there that felt very firm. It just felt like there was like so much weighing on you. They show me that some of you are emerging from that, but if you're in this energy currently, they're saying that you really need to go into hermit mode. You need to turn this card upright, and you need to go within and self-reflect. You will find the light in the darkness of your own, on your own work, your own shadow work, they're saying, your own inner indwelling being. They're using that word. You need contact with that indwelling being. And when you have contact with that indwelling being, this is going to relieve a lot of that energy of feeling like you've been betrayed or feeling like you've been isolated, left behind. That's not true. They're saying go within, find your grounding, and let's see what else they say. But they're like, this is an opportunity for you to understand that life, these major changes in life, there's not an easy way to do it. They're showing me that sometimes it's not easy, but they want you to know that so much action is happening right now. Things are moving quickly for you. It's going to feel like, wow, all these things are happening and there's out of my control. And they're just saying to trust the action. You've got this 8 of Wands here. So much is happening. It might be happening quickly. It might be like you're suddenly revealed that someone didn't have your back the way you thought that they had your back. Someone actually was going out of their way to make things seem they were like one way when they weren't another. Some of you are really realizing and seeing someone for who they truly are. And, you know, they were the Queen of Pentacles reverse. This is somebody who, you know, they were looking for their next meal ticket, looking for their next like money opportunity. I get the word opportunist. And so when you're kind of faced with that, you're just like, wow, this was somebody that you might have trusted, and it left you with this feeling of feeling like really stabbed in the back, quite literally stabbed in the back from that energy. But your team wants you to go within, not to take this as a pattern that there's something wrong that you're doing. They're telling me this right now. Stop blaming yourself. This has nothing to do with you. It in a sense of like they're showing that this is more to do with understanding that you are shifting into better boundaries. You've got the sun at the end of the deck. So they're showing me that like this is a healing process when you're going to look back at this, maybe in a few months, maybe next year, you're going to look back at this and just be like, wow, I was there. But they're showing me you're going to heal from this, or you are healing from this. And this is not a permanent thing. Like this is not who you are or where you need to be. What is it that you need to do right now to heal your relation, to improve, not heal, but you know, that word did come forward, to improve your relationship with your spirit team so that you can be closer, so that you could feel grounded when these changes happen, and know that they're for you, not to you. They keep saying that this is for you, not to you. Like we had to take that person out of your life. They had to take this Queen of Pentacles out of your life. This person, they don't understand the laws of reciprocity. That's what I'm hearing. They continue to take and take and take, thinking that this is going to add to their coffers, thinking that lying and cheating and trying to like get away with half truths It's just, it's not the life that your spirit team has in store for you. It's not the journey that you're on. That's what they're saying. Like they had to remove this person from your life. And they're saying it right now. It was not going to be easy either way, but they just had to show you the truth. They had to show you the truth. They just had to bring it forward. And for some of you, it felt very sudden. But here it is. They're saying that to improve your relationship with them, you have to understand that much of what they're going to do to help you heal yourself, to move forward into a more embodied self, it requires a lot of revision, a revision of the past, a restoration of the past. And so they're revisioning, like helping you to make sense of the past. For some of you, this could have been your own mother. Like this could have been someone that you were born to trust, that you realize after a while that their energy is just too toxic for you. And for some of you, of course, this was a partner, like not you. It's kind of like you removed your Neptunian blinders, and your spirit team is saying, hey, we are going to help you see this clearly. There has to be a revisioning. You see how this being is looking into water at the reflection? They're helping you to see who you truly are. Some of you were involved with a narcissist, and your spirit guides are saying it's time for you to see who you really are. Stop believing this gaslit version of yourself. Believe and see the true, authentic you. So that's happening for you. That's happening for you. It's like the blinders have been removed. Group number 1. The blinders have been removed. So let's go to the closing message. I think this team wants you to know that they're holding you in all of this change. They're holding you in releasing your patterns of codependency. Trust your inner voice. They want you to know that they are that inner voice for you. It's positive, it's loving, it's nurturing. They're telling me to remind you that they would never tell you to harm yourself. They would never tell you to harm another. They are nurturing, loving, caring. If you can't hear them inside of yourself, quiet your mind, because they told me the volume of their voice will be turned up. You'll begin to feel and hear their loving and nurturing energy. So group number 1, they're bringing you through massive changes, helping you to improve your self-esteem, helping you to love yourself. And they're letting me know that they're going to keep on you. They're going to keep revealing those things that are harmful to you. And they're going to keep holding up the mirror to you so that you could see the beautiful being that you are. Wow. I just got that as a full download. Full download. So, yes, group number 1. This is for Patreon only. So if you're hearing this, this is for you. I want you to be well. I want you to sit with this and see how you can connect more with those spirit guides. Okay. We'll transition to group number 2. Hey, group number 2, how are you? You have the Magic Guardian here. This is a Patreon only pick a card. And so this Magic Guardian, it says at the bottom, unlock the magic within. So your particular spirit team, they're telling me, group number 2, that they are helping you to understand your abilities. For some of you, they are quite magical. For others of you, they're very psychic abilities. Some of you are going to connect with whatever audience or clairvoyance you have, clairsentience. They say that they are in charge of helping you to connect with your powers. Some of you have had that dormant inside of you, they're saying, because maybe you were raised in environments that didn't encourage you to exercise your magic. It didn't encourage you to be in your creative imagination, didn't encourage you to be in your psychic abilities. But they're coming to you now, um, with that mission in mind, because they want you to know that there are specific things that you have to do. There are things in this realm in which you will be a part of, you will be assisting in. And in order to do that, to complete your journey as a master of traveling between the realms, of understanding the shamanic energies of dimensions, they need you to awaken to your natural abilities, these born abilities that you have. You were born with these abilities, and they're just awakening that. So let's go to, so that's who your team is. Let's see what their message is for you. And we're going to go to the Work Your Light cards. So let's see what these magic guardians have for you. The Work Your Light cards. Yeah, they said for some time that they're pointing out that you might even be feeling this already with some of the dreams that they've been trying to connect with you in, feeling like you're in different realms, learning things, being part of special meetings. They're saying that you are being prepared. And there's like this 3D, you need to become very aware that that's happening to you, so that you don't feel like ungrounded or unsettled with that. Look at that. You got the Mirror card. It says here, who and what is triggering you? So they want you to know that you are not, they're telling me this, you are not going crazy. You are not imagining things in a psychologically negative way. They're saying that what you're seeing, perhaps what some of you are hearing, what some of you are experiencing, is the awakening of your abilities. Some of these spirit teams are saying that culturally, for some of you, this is a bloodline ability. Some of you have bloodline, a heritage of being spiritual workers. I don't know why I framed it that way. I guess I'm listening to them and it's like, what's coming out of my mouth. Some of you have a lineage that involves either witches, shamans, spirit workers, psychic seers, mediums. They're saying that your specific ability is so stark. It's not a very subtle one. It's like your ability, when you awaken to it, it's like for some of you, you are becoming a medium. They're showing me that, and you're hearing, you're communicating. You may start to communicate with those who have passed, and this is going to trigger you. You're going to be like, am I losing it? I feel like I can see this person's and hear this person's dead grandmother. Like they're going to say literally, it's going to shift like that, where you're going to be like, okay, I wasn't doing this before and now I am. For some of you, this may be triggering because people in your family have had this ability and it's been pathologized. They've been Maybe they've been intercepted by in psychological systems because of their abilities. And you're wondering, am I going to have that same fate? And they're telling you, no, believe in yourself. You are awakening to some great ability. And they want you to recognize this is not insanity. This is your gift. So, what is something that they want you to hear that you really have not been receptive to? Because we're just going to ask them, like, they're like, what is it they really want you to know that you haven't been receptive to when they've tried to show you? Oh, wow. Quite a few cards came out for you, but we're just going to go through them. One is that you have your own path. You've got the Chariot here. You have your own path. You have to decide, is this insanity or is this my power? Is this my spirit-giving power? Do I believe in the world of interdimensional reality, or do I just believe in this one linear reality? They're showing me this right now, like you're powerful enough to just shut it off if you want to. And they're just saying that would be a great shame. But they say that you're powerful enough to shut it off. You're powerful enough to just decide not to receive. You got this Page of Swords in reverse. They're saying you're powerful enough to just not receive the message. You could just turn it off, like, whoo, I am not going to pay attention to this. And they said that it's a great waste of your the magician abilities. It's a great waste. They are here to guide you. You are not falling into some chasm of insanity. They keep saying that. And if you need for your abilities to slow down as they're coming in, you've got this Knight of Wands that typically is coming in quickly. They say that you can communicate with them to slow things down. Especially if you're a medium, if that energy is coming through where spirits are trying to communicate with you, you can put up boundaries. You can learn boundaries. You could be like, okay, I am doing this with my life right now. I am not open for communication. I will let you know when I'm open for communication. I see you. I want to assist you, and these are the parameters in which I can do it. This is just an example, but they're saying that you have the ability to institute boundaries. Like, it doesn't have to be a rush in to your abilities do not have to overwhelm you. That's what they're saying. And they say that you will be of great service to people. You're not doing this for validation, but they're just saying you will be of so much great service to people when you hone these abilities. You will bring to people a sense of like reconnection that you'll be celebrated for. So you will be celebrated for these abilities, but they also want you to know that there will be people who disagree with these abilities, people who want you to doubt yourself, people who don't understand your gift. But this gift is a bloodline gift. So they're saying that more than you in your family has had this gift. You may want to ask about ancestors who had this gift. You might want to ask about that. Wow, group number 2. So let's go to the closing message. Well, you know what? How do they want you to improve this relationship? Sorry, I have one more question. How do you want for group number 2 to improve their relationship with you? I think there was just like so much that they put through with that other message, group number 2. It's almost like you have a destiny, like you're fated to do this. And look at that. Look at this is how they want you to improve your relationship with them, is to understand your influence on the spirit world. To understand that the spirit world has not given you this gift. They're telling me this. You were not given this gift by the spirit world. You actually have influence in the spirit world. Your whole bloodline does. Your bloodline works, collaborates with the spirit world. Whew. So they're saying this is not something that you're going to go and take a workshop on or read out of a book. This is part of your bloodline work. So they're saying that this work is because you have an influence in the spirit world. And to understand that at a fundamental level, you're not an amateur. You're not just learning this on a whim because you think it's popular to kind of be into the mystical arts. No, this is part of your destiny, your work, your bloodline, your family, your ancestral lineage. Wow. And so let's go to the closing message here. What is it that you want group 2 to know? You've given them so much knowledge about this power they have. They say many of you already know you have this power. If you think back when you were a small kid, you know you have this power. What is it that you want as a closing message for them, group number 2, to realize? That you are the universe. Wow. That in all of this, your relationship with spirit is just, it's a partnership. I keep getting that word. It's a collaboration. And that this is not to be taken lightly. You are a worker of the spiritual realms. You belong to the universe. You belong to the spiritual realms. This power that you have, group number 2, is to understand that and utilize it. It comes with great responsibilities, of course. That's what they're telling me. It comes with great responsibilities. It's not a willy-nilly thing. But they've also said that there's been people in your family who've decided to turn it off. They've decided to not hear the call. Just, I'm going to turn it off and I'm just going to live this 3D life. They've shown me that. And they said that is also your choice too. They're showing me that you have a choice with this gift. And because it carries with it such responsibilities, it carries with it such influence. But they hope that you won't. They hope that you will be strong, that you will understand that this mirror is quite powerful. And your power is in good hands. They've seen who you are, the integrity that you have. Wow. So group number 2, things to think about, right? And hopefully that was some kind of confirmation for you. But those guides are quite adamant that this is your work, that you're not going insane, that you are quite sane, quite ready. All right, group number 2, take care. Group number 3, how are you? You've got this direction guardian. And the direction guardian says, choose your path. If you look at this picture, you've got the cherub above. You've got Taurus on one side, Leo on the other, or the bull, the lion. And then you have this dove or the eagle, probably the eagle. Either way, these qualities are kind of centered by your own abilities. You get to decide. You get to choose your path. So your spirit team, they're here to teach you that. They're here to guide you along this way. They're telling me that it's not just one thing, that you're all of this. And that in each unique situation, you may have to choose a path to act upon. But they're showing me that you are a guardian of multiple paths. Some of you have like literally had life-changing transformations that 10 years ago, someone who knew you 10 years ago would say you're a completely different person now. Someone who knew you 20 years ago wouldn't even recognize you. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're saying. And now let's see what message does your spirit team have for you with this. They're saying your life is very unique, that you are so open to change. Some of you have quite literally changed your body. That's what they're saying. You quite literally changed your identity. And they say that it has purpose. They don't want you to think that this is not without purpose. It has purpose to it. Let me see. What is the message? We're going to use the Work Your Light cards here. What's the message? It's coming through. It's almost like the card will kind of almost flip and then it doesn't. What's your message for group number 3? Yeah, this change that you have been going through. They want you to leap. They want you to fly into the unlimited abyss. That's what they're showing me. Unlimited abyss. They want you to soar. They want you to trust that you can fly. Trust in the directions in which you are going. Trust this transformation that you've been on. Yeah. They're quite literally showing me that there's something about trusting your trajectory right now. I think for some of you, they do not speak English. Sometimes I get that, like I'm trying to speak English, I'm trying to translate, and they're just like, yeah. So what is it that they want you to hear? The Wheel of Fortune. That your time is coming now. Many people around you didn't understand this movement of yours. They didn't understand what you were transforming into, didn't understand where you were going often. And low key, maybe sometimes you didn't either. But they're telling me you're so obedient to change. That's what they're saying. You're so obedient to your journey that the Wheel of Fortune is here to shine upon you. You've had a lot of challenges in these transformations. They weren't always accepted, but now your wheel is coming. It's spinning to the top. You're spinning to the top. They're showing me that. People are going to want to know from you. They're going to want to learn from you. This transformation is going to put some of you in the position of being a teacher. That could be literally, or people are going to come to you and ask your advice about change. Like, how do I do this? How do I avoid all of the pitfalls of people attacking me or challenging me from these changes? You've been attacked. You've been challenged from these changes. They're showing me that. And now you are a master. Look at that. You are a master of change. You are a master direction guardian. And you're going to help people to navigate that. It's coming towards you quickly. You're going to help people. People are going to start to request your counsel, your consult. They want to know, how did you do this? And for some of you, you're going to want to, you're going to try to figure out, like, why is this happening? Like, what should I be doing with this? Just know that people see you as a leader. I don't know if leader's the words. People see you as a guide, and you'll be celebrated as that guide. This is on the bottom of the deck. So this is holding the whole trajectory of this change. You are being seen as a guide, a literal hero in some people's eyes, because you've mastered change. You've mastered how to transform and stay grounded and centered and still in your purpose. You don't understand. Not everybody has those talents and skills. Not everybody has those resources. Not everybody is able to use this in a continuous motion of transformation and evolution. Only you. Group number 3. Only you. So let's go to how you can improve your relationship with them. Your spirit team. They say that you're pretty in touch, though. They feel connected to you. They feel like, even if you aren't like talking to them directly, they feel like you take their advice. They feel like you live this life in the spirit of change. They like that about you. But how can you improve your relationship with them? Let's see. It says by repetition. Repetition. So there's something about continuously knowing that change is a part of your life. They're telling me this repetition has to do with always, you see these moon phases, and you see how the person, I want you to kind of see this card if you can see it without the reflection. There's moon phases here. This person is constantly shifting. There's herds of cattle following those shifts. There's a way in which they are trying to communicate with me, to you, that you should always be changing. You should always be shifting, whether it's quite literally or it's your thought patterns. They should always be growing and evolving. They said that's how you'll know that you're well. But they said that's how you'll know you're always in good health, is because you're shifting, you're changing, you're moving with these phases. Some of you are a water sign, some of you are a Cancer, some of you have a relationship to the moon, maybe Pisces, Scorpio for sure. You are maybe a water sign or have some of that prominent in your chart. Or you are a witch. They're showing me that too, along the line. They're saying you work with the moon. The closing message is to let go. Let go of thinking that you're too changeable. Let go of thinking that the path you are on has to be done one particular way. They're showing me that this is not that. And if people are gaslighting you into believing that you're flighty, you don't know what you're doing, you're not committed to anything, that's not the energy. They're saying the energy here, look at, this is it looks like a sword. That is like aligned thought, aligned practice, aligned belief system that has to do with change. It can almost feel contradictory, but there's something very aligned in the way that you move and walk in this world. And they want you to continue to do this. It is your magic. It is your power. Group number 3. That's what it is. This is where I will leave you, group number 3. Again, I want to thank everyone who's joined my Patreon, and make sure you connect with me about getting your own personal readings. I will be starting those in mid-September for all of my first 10 members. So I appreciate that so much. Again, if you have suggestions for other pick a card readings, leave a comment for me. I read everything. So I'm happy to take up a new suggestion on a new topic for pick a cards. Okay, take care. Peace.